What is going on, guys? So today I have something exciting to show you. I have a new chassis that I designed here and I'm calling it the Warthog. Before I go over everything, I will be selling these. They'll be on my Etsy page. The link is in the description below, and also I'll be distributing the files as well for anyone who wants them. That will be in the description below too, so you can print your own. But basically what this is it's a super low CG belly dragger. Been all the rage lately. Some of you guys may have seen me post this on the SCX24 Mods and Fun Facebook page, but I am a huge fan of it. It performs amazing. So let's dive into what makes this thing tick. So first things first, you can see how low it is compared to the stock Jeep. Let's get them side by side here. The center of gravity is really just as low as it can be. I also balanced it out the best I could, put the battery in the back, the ESC and receiver combo is up there. Everything is as low as it can be to the drive line and the trans without hitting. So how you build one of these is you take your stock JL Jeep or whatever you may have, and you just have to 4-link convert the front end here. Let me show you that. I initially built this using the included extra links that comes with the Jeep. For those of you who may be questioning what the 4-link conversion is, if you do a quick Google search, you'll see it. So we do a 4-link conversion and we stretch that front end there of the Jeep. We stretch it using the included links in the kit, as well as a couple pivot balls that you'll need to get separately. You can buy those from Axial or wherever you may find on the internet. Those are just little balls that go inside the control arms here. I also used the stock extra rear drive shaft that came with the kit, and I just trimmed it up to fit, my setup here. But if you worked on one of these before or built a custom one, you'll have no issues putting this thing together. Next thing on this list here is we are running all stock electronics here besides a 050 motor. This will work with the stock motor or the longer motors. It will not work with the Surpass or brushless setup. There simply is not enough room in this chassis. I hope to design one soon that will allow that, but currently this is where we sit. Another feature that I added to this after my first design is that this top plate flips up, so you can access your ESC, unplug your batteries, plug them back in, whatever you need to do. But regardless, let's get into some drive-in. Let me show you what this thing is made of and see why I like it so much. So let's get at it. Alrighty guys, so the first thing we're going to be doing with these 3 trucks here is we are going to be doing an incline test and see how steep they can drive up. We're going to start off with this bone stock JL here, brand new, nothing done to it, and I did a little test before and determined that this is right about its max, so that's 48 degrees here. Let's take a look and see how it handles it. So as you can see, crawls right up. We start getting a little bit of wheel lift there, but if you treat it nicely, it will make it all the way up this here. So we're gonna go ahead and say that this 48 degrees is max for the bone stock Jeep. Oh, if you back up or bump it, you will lose it. If we also take this this board here, just move it up a degree or two, give it another shot, we'll see if the Jeep can handle it, but I think 48 is the max. So let's give it a shot, and there it is. So you can see that 48 is the max for the stock JL, and I bumped it up to 50 there, or 49, and it just flipped right back. So now we're gonna move on to like a heavily modified truck, something you're more used to seeing on the forums, or maybe you built one or two. So let me get this binded up to my one controller I'm using right now, and we'll give it a shot. Alrighty guys, next up we got the bouncer here. You've seen this before. We've got a ton of brass on both axles. It's a rear steer setup, all the goodies. So let's give it a shot on the incline test and see where it sits. I did this test before. We're sitting at a cool 53 degrees here, and we'll see if she can handle it. So as you can see, we're making it right up this. We've got a little front wheel lift, but again, this is about the max for this truck. Very impressive. I'm still very happy with this thing, but we have a new contender up, so let's get the new Warthog out and see how it handles that climb. Alrighty guys, and now the test I'm most excited about. So we have the new Warthog design here. We've got brass in the rear, of course, and brass up front, just like the bouncer, but what we do have is a much more impressive climbing rate here, and that is sitting right at a cool 60 degrees. So let's give that a shot and see if it can handle it. And again, look at that. So that front does lift, but we can still hold that climbing rate. That's a true 60 degrees there with a rig that isn't just built for climbing here. You can see we got that front wheel lifted up pretty good, but as you can tell, the climb is not an issue for this thing. So now we're gonna dive into some crawling on my crawler course that I built and compare these three trucks. Alrighty, we got Jake here, our guest, ripping the stock Jeep on our course here, which is rather mundane but a lot of fun. So Jake, let's see what you got. So first things first, we have this little terrain section with the expanding foam, of course. Pretty aggressive. The stock trucks can do it, but it is certainly a little challenge. So let's give it a shot and see how he handles it. I think you got to cut more right.
Whoa, a little too much. Nope, I got stuck in there again.
Let's see, can it make it? There it is.
Now it's going to want to slip right.
No, you're good. Just keep running over it.
Nope, see? That front right gives out.
Let's see it. Let's see it. There it is. Right over that top hump there, and he's going to make it down here. All right, we'll wait for him over there, and we'll send the new design up and see how it handles it. So first things first, get up that. This does have a slightly longer wheelbase too, which makes it much simpler, but this truck really does just crawl over that with a ton of ease. So, oh, we got the front axle hung up. There we go. All right, moving back onto this section here. This is just a little incline, but again, the bumps and ruts in this expanding foam really make it difficult. You can see he's one wheel in there, makes it up. We will follow him here with the new design. And this low center of gravity is really going to help us here. You can see it just really drags the belly there and makes it up. Now moving on this section, it's not as steep, but there are ruts and dips that are incredibly difficult and deep for these trucks. But he's making good work of it here. Again, this is doable with the stock trucks. This is a bone stock SCX24 Wrangler, but it is certainly difficult. Now he's going to pull up and see if he can make it up onto this top section. What are you thinking, Jake? We're going to do it?
I did it before.
There we go. Alrighty, so now we'll take the belly dragger here. And as you can see, we're making light work of that. Although it is low, even in situations like this, no springs allow that suspension to droop and just kind of walk wherever it needs it. So now we'll hang out there, see if Jake can get turned around here and make it down this super steep section. So there we go, he's crawling down it. And a little bounce down, but we made it. All right, moving on to the belly dragger. Let's see what we got. So it crawls right up that section there. All right, now we'll just control it on our way down here, and not a problem. And what I really want to show here is, Jake, why don't you give a shot driving up this section. It doesn't look incredibly difficult, but there's this rut at the bottom, and these ruts all the way up. It makes it pretty difficult for these stock trucks, so let's see it. I think you might have to bounce it there, bud.
Whoa.
We got a rollover. Give it a little reset.
I'm just going to go right at it.
Yep. And there we go.
Still doesn't like it.
Nope.
No, it's getting stuck in that truck.
So if we played with it for a while, it may be doable, but as you can see, it's certainly not the easiest thing. So let's give it a shot with this and see how it handles it. As you can see, we can kind of just hit the gas and avoid the big bumps there and walk it right up that section. So again, these belly draggers really do work here. All right, we got Jake on the new design here, and he's gonna run it around for us so we can get some good shots. This line was previously unpassable by any of the other trucks, but Jake actually found this one while he was testing it out the other day. As you can see, it's a pretty steep line there. He's just going to inch his way. Oh, you're good. It'll drop. And look at that, guys. That low center of gravity really helps in those situations. And right on down and around. Alrighty, guys. Thanks again for coming by and checking out the new design here, and also just checking out the crawler course here, the mundane and a little subpar crawling course, but hey, it was a lot of fun. Me and Jake had a blast today testing these trucks out. And again, if you want one of these, check the link in the description below for the files, or to purchase just the full chassis kit from me. The chassis kit will come with the chassis, as well as all the hardware that you need to assemble it. And again, I don't know if I showcased this before, but top hatch to access your ESC, all the other good stuff. So if you want one of these, go ahead and download one or buy one, and we'll get one out to you. Again, thanks for stopping by. If you want to see anything in particular, let me know. I will see you next time.